What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Difficult to Please podcast. This is Erwin.
And this is JV. And we are back. What was the last episode we did?
The last one we did was...
Hawaii?
Post-Hawaii.
Okay.
We called it...
fucking bots.
We called it fucking bots.
Got it. Okay, I know where we are now.
No, okay.
That was a few weeks ago.
Well, yeah, I guess a little house cleaning. We are available on all apps.
Yes, so Spotify, Google. Are we on Anchor? No.
We are on Anchor. So it's Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, Google Play.
Google. No, not Google Play,
No.
but like on Google Podcast, the actual Google
Podcast.
Yeah, you can find us there
Stitcher.
too. We're on Stitcher too?
Yeah, because the thing about being on Anchor is that it pushes everything out.
Okay, cool.
So it's not. So this is what I understand about Anchor now. Now that we gone through the whole troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
So Anchor, instead of Squarespace being our official host for the podcast,
Got it.
Anchor is now the official host. So we upload episodes to Anchor,
Mm-hmm.
and we can just like embed it on the website.
Okay.
So Anchor is our current and new podcast host. Woo!
Okay. And then how does it go from Anchor to Spotify? Or you have to upload it manually to Spotify?
Oh, no. Because in the last episode we submitted our podcast to Spotify. We've been on Spotify.
Okay.
So to be mad technical, it's because the RSS feed pushes from Anchor out to the other podcast providers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a hub, I guess, and it goes
Got it. Okay.
to be a different web podcast host.
Okay, cool. Because that's what we kind of try to aim for anyways. We're trying to find a way to make it a little bit more efficient, right? But
Be on all the podcast platforms.
Yeah. It's crazy. I got you on like this really big like hype tip since that AI episode. It was just like,
yo,
what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And
let's fucking not. Let's be fucking robots.
No, but it was just funny because I remember like from like the AI episode until now, we were like doing like all these graphic designs, and I was like, oh shit, everyone's like getting in there.
It's lit. Well, yeah, we are back.
From the AI episode, yeah, that was January, 2 months later.
No, it was February. We published in February.
Oh, we did?
It's only been a month. It's only been less than a month.
I've been super productive lately, so it feels like a year. I'm just kidding. Nah.
It sounds like Gary Vee.
I wish. Damn, are you hyped that he's on Matt's like podcast?
You mean Matt Develop? We're not on first name basis with Matt Develop,
Oh,
dude.
sorry.
Develia.
Yeah. The ground up show, sorry.
We're not that tight. I mean, we'll get.
I guess I'm the only one who really listens to him between them.
No, it's fine. It's between the both of us. You do, but it's like we're not on the first name basis. Not yet.
What the fuck is first name basis? Why is this like such an Asian thing? Like, oh, do you want me to call him by his last name only?
It's like, oh, I know Aubrey. Do you know Drake? I mean Aubrey. I mean.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, like, I finished Gary Vee's book, Crushing It, audiobook.
Right.
It's pretty good. Got me hyped.
Yeah, I like the audiobook way more than the actual book. Just because I love when he starts like adding in like new information.
Yeah.
He adds his own personal stories and makes
for sure
audiobook a lot more interesting. I think like Mel Robbins does a good job on her audiobook too on the 5-second rule.
Mm-hmm.
Because she does the same thing. I mean, there's like one part of her audiobook where she like burps and she's like, ooh, here goes my lunch. I was like, you couldn't just edit that shit out? But that's cool though. I mean, that's what makes her a little bit like, that makes her so healing. Like, I actually think like Mel's like a super down person, yeah.
Books, audio links to audiobooks in the notes.
Man, if we can.
This segment is sponsored by Audible.
I'll be sick.
If you want to try Audible.
I wish we had that link.
Oh, like, shit. We'd be fucking affiliate links. Is going to be lit.
I know, right? That'd be actually pretty cool. But
oh, yeah. So,
this is cool.
I mean, you consume more audiobooks than I do. For me, it's like I just finished the Gary Vee audiobook, but then for the most part, I listen to other podcasts. It's like,
same here.
You know, like I've been into the Seth Godin podcast, the revisiting old Malcolm Gladwell stuff, and then on top of that, it's like stuff you should know, Pod Save America, and like since it's March Madness, CBS Sports, Eye on Basketball, just checking in on college sports. It's lit.
What about news? Do you ever do like any news podcasts, like daily news? Or...
I do Vox, but I have to like be in the mood. The explainer, Vox Explains, I think.
Today Explained.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite podcasts now. Like, it's actually pretty sick. I like the whole explanational journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big difference, but it's pretty sick. I really like a lot of the Vox's stuff now. Like, I'm really into like Rico Decode too.
Mm.
And so, yeah, all those people are over at South by Southwest. Yeah,
word.
As a future, we've been talking about South by Southwest for like so many years.
Yo, if we can get some of that Spotify money, it'd be lit.
No, we can.
I'm telling you, like, think about sponsorships. I'm like, yo, we can get it. We just gotta like keep putting shit out there.
We just at the Motel 6 when we go to South by Southwest.
Travel sponsored by Google. Yo, I got a Google Home.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Speaking of the last episode of AI, and it's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. You got it because Gary Vee's saying stuff about voice, huh?
And voice? No, it's because it came free with Spotify. So if you want to sign up and get Spotify, use our link.
Is it really?
They did it in December. So like if you had a premium membership, they sent free Google Minis, Google Home Minis.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
So like, check this out. Hey Google, what time is it?
6:25.
Or like, hey Google, can you play the Difficult to Please podcast?
Shut the fuck up, man. Google don't want to listen to
She's thinking.
Why she gotta think so hard? She's like,
Not ranked in the top 50.
Yeah, it's like,
hey Google, can you play the Difficult to Please podcast?
Okay, playing the latest episode of Difficult to Please, podcast season 2, episode 5, F King Bots AI.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank you. Are you listening to yourself on your own?
Are you listening to your own podcast? On your own podcast? Yes. Yes, we are.
It's what a time to be alive, man. What a time.
Man, that's crazy. Hey, Google, stop. I can't do
No,
this.
because it doesn't recognize your voice.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Google, stop.
Okay, that actually convinced me to get the home. I'm about to trade in my Alexa for that.
No, because you can connect Spotify to it. Can you do that to Amazon Alexa?
Amazon has their own. They're kind of limited on what they can do. I think Google Home kind of fits the features I want to do, but if I ever want to have an audiobook...
If you ever want to flex and be like, hey girl, what's up? You want to listen to my podcast? And you tell Google.
Like, hey Google, play my podcast. That's tight. You want to hear me talk while I'm talking to you? Shit's tight. Stupid. You obviously are having fun with the voice stuff now.
I mean, yeah, because I feel like I've converted because I was very skeptical. Because honestly, it took us since we got it in December. We didn't unbox it until I think after the wedding, and we were like, oh, okay, let's try it.
Just use it.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty useful because I don't know. I think the only thing that I wish that Google Home did was that Amazon, you can buy things off of it. Like you can hey Amazon or Alexa, can you order whatever, you know?
But isn't that kind of like a dangerous tool too? I guess I
in a sense
say that,
in a sense.
Because I just disabled my Amazon Prime right now.
Oh yeah,
because I didn't want to.
Because you have Alexa, you're like just buy everything.
Yeah, I'm really give me some toothpaste now. But then when Gary, sorry, I hate referencing Gary on it. But when Gary,
it sounds like we're on his jock this whole episode.
I know, right? Okay,
it's fine. It's fine. Keep going.
So when you mentioned about putting it in your bathroom as a reminder check. I was like, I don't know if I can fuck with that yet. So I don't want to be in the bathroom like, I need some toilet paper. Alexa, give me some toilet paper. I don't know.
No, it's like because now it's like it's pretty cool. Like when you're cooking, setting timers, and it's not like Siri can do that, but like hands free, and then you can play like music, and then or like you can ask like what's the latest in news and
on Google or on Alexa. Oh, okay.
Alexa can do that, right?
I think so. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure her out.
Yeah,
I tried to do escape room feature with her and get out on the first level. I was like, "Fuck, turn left, turn right." God, she's like, "Are you still there? Are you still there?" I'm like, "Man, let me think. Can I think?" I get impatient. Anyways,
I was watching the fire fraud documentary on
which one?
Hulu, the Hulu one.
Okay.
And like how like they one of the interviewers or interviewees brought up Dave Chappelle and the Ja Rule joke, and I was
damn,
I fucking lost
Ja.
Who the fuck cares about Ja? I'll drop the fucking link right here.
Okay.
I remember right around September 11th, Ja Rule was on MTV. That's what they said. We got Ja Rule on the phone. Let's see what Ja's thoughts are on this tragedy. Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this, nigga? This is ridiculous.
It's like, wow, it's off time.
Stupid.
It's so funny. And it's like, you're right. Why is Ja Rule involved in this?
Yeah. It's just a shit show one after another. It's just great.
Oh, man. Are we going to talk about sports at all?
Oh, yeah. Let's just jump into it. What's the segue?
It's a pretty entertaining fucking intro and catching up.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. It's just funny.
It's not what we want to talk about. Today we're going to talk about sports, like the fandom and shit of sports.
Yeah. Shit.
So why did you want to like talk about this topic? Like, what was so interesting about it?
Well, okay, this in planning the season, I want to talk about like the fandom of what sports, because primarily when we were planning the second season, and it was already like a year after the Chargers left for LA,
right?
And it's like, I was like angry, and it's like, part of the whole like, fuck them, blah, blah, blah. And then, as we did
and then you went to the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's like right when we did the season, and then they got into the playoffs. I was like, well, shit, they might fucking...
Yeah.
They better not fucking win the Super Bowl. I'd be so fucking pissed.
They were almost the first seed, right? Because they had the same... They almost had the same record as Kansas, right?
Yeah, they almost had it.
Yeah, so they won the first game. No, they didn't eliminate the first game, but when they...
No, yeah, it was after... They beat Baltimore.
They beat Baltimore, yeah.
And then they lost New England.
They got destroyed by New England. But yeah, like when you're a Charger fan and you're watching that Baltimore game, you're kind of conflicted because it's kind of like...
yeah, man.
Yeah, because you're kind of like, well, I mean, I don't want you to win.
But
But like I like Gates and Rivers, who are probably the last two original players, right? So if they're out, then do you think you can still support Chargers? Like it's like okay, it's a clean breakup now. Like it's good. I don't know anyone from the Chargers.
Yeah, like, probably. But
I don't know Mante Taylor enough to.
He's on the Saints in the last time I checked.
Oh, okay, then yeah. So okay, just Rivers and Gates. If the moment they're gone, and it's like, okay, now we can have a clean break.
Well, because it's also interesting that yesterday that we're recording on March 10th, by the way. So on Saturday, March 9th, Eric Weddle signed with the LA Rams.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was like, that's cool.
You're like, what's up? What's up?
So I mean, for the topic, he was like, well, what does it mean to be a fan? Like,
right?
What is it?
Right. So when it comes to like, for me, I'm a big fan of Steelers. Like,
yes, I'm
gonna love Steelers regardless of who the quarterback is.
Cordell Stewart.
Yeah, I was like, since Cordell Stewart, I mean, he fucked up all the AFC Championship games, but it was fun to watch. I mean, and then Tommy Maddox came in. I mean, he was kind of garbo too, but I still like appreciated him. Then Ben came in, and then Antonio Brown came in, who's now gone
It's to the Raiders.
to the Raiders. Fucking dude, get out of the team.
Wait, was it really Tommy Maddox before Ben Roethlisberger? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't there
Charlie
Ward? No.
No.
Charlie Ward was a receiver.
No, that's Heinz Ward.
Heinz Ward.
Charlie Batch.
And then there was
He was the original Detroit backup, I think, and then he went to the Steelers.
no who the dude that was playing for the Jaguars and signed in Pittsburgh.
I don't remember.
David Garrard.
I don't know. I thought it was Charlie Batch. I thought he was like a backup.
Let's shut up. Shut up.
He was like basically almost like a Nick Foles kind of like just that eternal second stringer.
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. It was Charlie Batch.
Damn! See, I know my Steelers.
Okay. If you want to go back,
Okay.
it goes.
Cordell Stewart. Just start from Cordell.
Okay,
Stewart.
Cordell Stewart, Tommy Maddox,
Yeah.
and then Ben Roethlisberger in 2004, and then the backups were Charlie Batch, Dennis Dixon, Byron Leftwich.
Those two I don't really know.
Remember, because I think Byron Leftwich started.
I think after
one of the playoff games.
I think so. Was it because Charlie Batch was injured too, or
Yeah, Charlie Batch and Ben, and then I don't remember this, but Michael Vick. Michael Vick.
Fuck
Sorry.
Vicks. What's up, Tiger Bomb?
Michael Vick was a backup in 2015
for Steelers?
Yeah.
Word?
Ben, I don't remember this. Did he
Yeah,
get cut or something? Because I don't
he
remember
must have
that.
got cut. 'Cause I don't ever remember seeing him on the.
Because I thought it was after the Eagles. He was like out the league. Maybe I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Maybe he did get cut.
Okay, so going back to fandom again, it's like, so I love the Steelers
For
as
sure,
a team.
for sure.
So, but when it comes to the Chargers, it's weird because they're supposed to be my hometown team, but they left.
Yes.
Now, if someone asked me if the Steelers left Pittsburgh,
It's like not the same. Do you think? Because you don't live in Pittsburgh?
maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it's like if you're a fan that's not in the, I guess, the locality or vicinity, do you feel like less?
I mean,
You would think?
I was still like a pretty diehard Steeler fan. Like I have been for such a long time since the Chargers beat him in AFC playoffs.
That's what's up. No. Only Super Bowl.
I was like, no, why is he the only one rooting for him? Well, anyways. So, okay, so when it comes to the Chargers, I think for me, like, I'm never going to fully let him go until Phillip and Gates are out. Yeah. Because, like, we grew up with them. So
Yeah, I totally
I still
understand.
have, like, sentimental value with the
No,
Chargers.
I remember, was it when the Chargers lost to the Steelers? And then we just, like, we hung out in the parking lot by Jack in the Box. We're like, yeah, let's go meet them at the bus in Mission Valley. We're like, oh no, we're just gonna go home. Fuck this, man.
Is that a Jack in the Box that night?
Yeah, we did.
They we started throwing ball with the cops?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was that. Okay, that was you
same,
then.
same
Yeah.
night, same night, man.
I was trying to figure out what group of friends I did that with.
No, it's all good.
But now we have that like AAF San Diego
AAF.
Fleet.
San Diego Fleet, the Alliance of American Football.
That's tight.
Well, okay, and this is what kind of like I was going to bring it up with JV about this whole episode is that like, well, if you're attached to this like identity of like what the Chargers is and like you don't, like you kind of sever that connection. You're like in a weird space, but you still watch, or if you're still a fan of like football or whatever, it's like what's I guess the ROI of like investing your emotions into sports.
Well, San Diego's kind of weird too, just because we're a transplant city.
Mm-hmm.
So like you've seen like football games here. The crowd's always divided.
Oh,
it's
for
not
sure.
always San Diego fans.
Yeah.
You usually have more of the other fans that come here. Like we're not fucking Green Bay fans.
Mm-hmm.
But Green Bay fans are probably the best, like the nicest fans in the NFL. Like, they're super down. Like they don't care if they're winning or losing. Like they'll like cheer with you. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I think each city has like their own level of fanship. Like I think the Boston fans are completely different from Green Bay fans, etc., etc. Yeah, so it's interesting. I wonder how like San Francisco fans are. I actually don't know, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
And then obviously you have your asshole fans. I mean, didn't they say Chargers and the Raiders have like the worst fans?
I mean, I could see. No, I don't. Sorry, I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Or why would one think that? I mean, yeah, the Raiders, I guess, but.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm wondering. Like, man, because like Raiders are going to Vegas soon, right?
Yeah, possibly next year.
Yeah. So I wonder how like for Ice Cube, what do you do? Like, do you still like? You still like rep them and stuff like that?
Well, it's so weird because like the Raiders is like a more of like a national brand, right? Like it's like if you're a fan of the Patriots, right? It's like a national thing, or being a fan of like the Cowboys or whatever.
Okay, more Cowboys than Patriots.
Yeah, I guess it's like because it's a I don't want to say nationally. I think there's a lot of like. Maybe internationally even.
Like the branding of the Cowboys and the branding of like Raiders stands out the most compared to like most of the teams.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of like because of like LA influence in the Raiders when they're popping, right? So like back in the early '90s, and it was like NWA was wearing Raider jerseys and Raider hats, and that's why Ice Cube made that one documentary, I think, on ESPN, like a 30 for 30, talking about why LA is so ingrained in the culture of like the Raiders and stuff like that.
I have to see that.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's like Raiders is kind of like a different, but I think for me always it's either the Raiders is going to be like the LA team, no matter what. Like even though the Rams just got to the Super Bowl, like it's for sure to me it's like a Raider town.
Got it.
Always going to be Raider town.
Got it.
That's whatever.
I mean, San Diego's technically LA too. Same with the Rams. I mean, but I see what you're saying. Like, there's a little bit more. You think there's the historical part of it is really, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I think maybe you say the same thing with Green. No, never mind. Sorry. No, discretion.
It'd be like and because San Diego is like this like dot, and it's like a sea of like all these sports fandoms. Like now we have just the Padres.
Do we have a hockey team?
It's like everything else is like minor league.
Oh,
right?
Shit,
so it's like Padres, and then it's like Alliance American Football, minor league hockey, and then it's like college sports.
Oh, okay, we got college sports.
But my bad. For professional lacrosse, it's lit.
Is it?
I've never been.
Oh, do we have a soccer team?
No, we don't have a soccer team.
Oh yeah, we were trying to get a soccer team.
Yes,
I remember that.
Vote.
Yeah.
The vote.
The vote. How did that turn out?
Not in the favor of getting a soccer team.
Sick. I feel like San Diego is like the worst team for sports.
Worst city.
Worst city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, worst city for sports other than college.
Well, because like the thing is that you need to be like ultra rich billionaire to get shit done here. It fucking sucks.
Why? Because you compete with all the other billionaires around here.
I mean, it's like who else is a fucking billionaire that lives in San Diego?
Sure.
Right. But going back to just the point about like being invested in a sports, like in sports period, like anything that's on TV is that I mean,
for the internet.
Even esports, and this will go like a tie-in back to that, like this thought of when you are a part or when you watch sports and you partake in the fandom, like this Seth Godin blog, talked about. Well, it's you wanting to be a part of the tribe, or it's you feel like you belong to this tribe, and because this tribe is on TV and whatnot, you feel like you are still a part of that tribe, and that's how you identify yourself and how you want to be identified.
Sure.
So that's why all that stuff, like, that's why you have fandoms. That's why you invest yourself and your time, your money
Correct.
into like all that stuff.
Because people want to be a part of something. And it's
Yeah,
just funny
that
how you
makes
say
sense.
Seth Godin.
Like-
I didn't like. For me, it took a while to click. I was like, why is he pronouncing that name like awkward?
Seth Godin.
Yeah, Seth Godin. I was like, what?
No,
But yeah, you know. So sorry, I don't want to.
no, it's funny. It's because I have a weird thing like about pronunciating things. Like Verna calls me out all the time because I say exhaust, not exhaust.
Exhaust like that, like eggs exhaust. That's tight. I like that. Don't worry, I have really bad way of pronunciation too. Yeah, I had to like think about it. I can't speak to him.
But yeah, Seth Godin. Seth Godin? How do you fucking say it?
Seth Godin.
Godin. I said Seth Godin.
Godin.
Godin. Whatever. But go ahead.
But yeah, you're right. So people do want to be a part of tribes. I mean, that's how communities form. That's how, like, people with like different interests, like or with the same interests, can just link up together. It's like kind of like a family bond. It's like the reason why people at sports games they high five each other, like,
even though we don't know each other.
Yeah, it's like that's
so
like
hype.
Green. Yeah, like Green Bay fans. They're like, yeah, man, good game, dude. Football's great. Cheeseheads. But they'll do it to like a Charger fan or something, and it's sick. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Like for them, like it's the sport. It's
totally
football.
understand.
It's not team at that point. It's the whole football subculture.
Dude, like I was at a couple years ago. Me and Morena watched the college basketball game at USD.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And fucking, I was just talking mad shit, and the lady in front of us was obviously like a USD alum or whatever. She got on my face about no. You need to shut up, sir. I'm like, okay. Cool, dude.
That was your reply? He's like, fuck this thing, man. You need to shut up. I sit back.
I was like, do we need to do some Hail Marys like before I leave or what?
Yo, you said USD. That makes. I was like, what the fuck?
It's weird. I feel every time I step,
Jesus would be mad at you.
Every time I step on,
The fuck, man? Say it out, man.
Every time I step on USD's campus, I get really kind of weird about like entering buildings. Like, where's the fucking holy water? You know?
You're like, Right. Something's preventing me from getting.
Hold on, something. Why am I burning all of a sudden?
That's pretty funny now. So, tying that back to esports.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the same. Like
it really is about the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Everyone's kind of like it's the same way, just in a different area. And it's like, and I think with esports, it's a little bit bigger because it's a little bit more universal. Because, for example, like the most latest like Overwatch tournament was like different countries from around the world came to compete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that arena was filled with people from like South Korea, from Japan, from I don't say Great Britain. It's just Britain, not Great Britain.
The Redcoats, the fuck,
Redcoats, the fucking Redcoats, and the Americans. So they're all like in one area, but they're all like appreciating the game. And obviously they're all voting for like their country and kind of thing. So it's kind of like soccer. Soccer is another big one. Soccer has like the hugest fandom
for sure.
Like without a doubt, it's like the biggest fandom in the world.
I agree. That's why like every
is,
time the World Cup happens, it's like everyone's
crazy. Everyone's crazy about it. And then and I think esports is on that level. But little something like American baseball, American football, American like basketball, it's a little not as big. But it's dear to us in America because we're fucking a little bit self-absorbed, but it's our sports. We created it, and we still get our ass kicked.
No, and
on a global stage.
I can't talk.
Get your game.
I guess for like I don't know what it is about Europe or like how the UK does their sports and stuff like that. How like football, baseball, basketball, hockey, like it happens year fucking round. There's always something on TV on sports.
In America?
Yeah, think about it.
For sure.
Like there's always something on. Whereas like, like soccer is like what, once a week? Twice a week? And it's,
I think so.
Or something like that.
I don't know.
So it's like the garden of choice. That you can watch sports all year round. You can watch something all year round.
Mm-hmm. That's how esports is too. Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like the investment in esports is huge. And there's some owners of already like traditional sports. Like let's see, Robert Kraft, Stan Kroenke, Jeff Wilpon owns the New York Mets. Andy Miller, who owns the part owner of the Sacramento Kings. Like they have already invested in esports.
Right,
teams,
it's crazy. Yeah, they started opening it up to like esports venues. It's nuts. Like
Totally.
Nike's not an official sponsor yet, but they do hand out some gear to like some esports teams.
Yeah, like right now, did you know that Nike is sponsoring the League of Legends in China?
Yeah, I actually just read that article too. Yeah, so that's a little nuts too.
Yeah, so like they can wear like legit off-white fucking.
I don't think they can wear off-white, but that would be fucking nuts if they like. Well,
They get off.
are you sure it's gonna be real off-white though? They're like, let's just make this shit ourselves. Go over there. Let's go to the bootleg shop next to the Nike store. Make that.
Let's go down to the factory.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Like, oh, here's the Nike store. And here's like the other Nike store.
Here's the Nike store. Here's the factory.
It's perfect. Don't worry. Same thing.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. We're only doing it on TV. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely, and yeah, we're adding on about the esports because yeah, it's important to think about like esports has the viability, and I know I was very hesitant, and I've been very hesitant about the longevity of esports, but I think when you hear investment from Nike and you have these already super rich folks investing, it's like okay, they can take it seriously. Like it'll be around. It's just a matter of like what games are going to be a part, or what are going to be a part of the future.
And it's crazy too. It's because like one, the cool thing about esports too is that the rules will change. Well, I guess that happens in sports too, where some rules will change.
Yeah, some rules will change.
Yeah, but it's crazy with like esports though. But everyone knows of the change because most of the fans also partake in the game. So I guess that's what makes it so close too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what's nuts about it too is I lost my train of thought. I fucking blinked.
You were talking about when you have esports leagues, is that they're so aware of the changes the audience is because they play.
Right.
So what were you trying to get at?
I fucking blanked.
Are you
Oh shit! I just blanked. Esports teams. Okay.
I was talking about how the investment from Nike and these traditional sports owners were give it kind of more credibility and to the longevity of esports. But it just depends in the future of what games are going to be a part of like esports.
Mm-hmm. And I think what's interesting about the esports scene too is that there will always be different games.
Yes.
Like it's never going to die. Probably League of Legends right now is probably going to be like the top because that game is very, very, how to say, it's always going to be changing, right?
Okay.
And it's in the gameplay. I think that's pretty much like the standard of how all sports games are going to, like esports games are going to be. It's basically like football. I kind of compare League kind of be that whole football aspect. Like it has a style of play. It's going to remain very consistent, and people are just going to adapt to it. But if you look at games like maybe StarCraft,
yeah, like StarCraft already
Overwatch,
phased out, right? Not out of the esports.
Yeah, and people are they're gonna switch to the next game kind of thing.
So something.
I just feel like League has like a better life compared to most esports. I mean, right now I think Apex is gonna be the next one. There's gonna be. Have you heard about Apex?
I have.
Yeah, so Apex it's coming up right now. And then right now, I know Fortnite's competing with Apex. I think they're trying to like make some things free on Fortnite to compete to grab the attention back from Apex,
Mhm.
which is I think is interesting too. I mean, Fortnite's having their own tournament that's coming up. I know The Verge reported that Fortnite's trying, like the Epic Games, people who own Fortnite
Yes.
are trying to put like 100 million, 100 million into like total prizes in 2019. So I mean, it's what's fun is I don't think I've heard many like big Fortnite tournaments.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not in the scene, so I can't like confirm or deny.
It's relatively. I think it's still relatively new, but I haven't heard anything big
Like
about.
a Fortnite league.
Yeah, or a Fortnite. It's just tournaments. That's all
Tournaments
I've
is
ever heard
not
about.
like a league.
Yeah.
Because there's cash incentives, right, for those tournaments.
Right.
And that's why like Ninja cleans up after like gets all those prize money because of tournaments, or is
No.
Ninja in the league or just sponsorships?
It's all sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
So yeah,
Gotcha.
I think they're having their first Fortnite like big tournament coming up soon.
Okay.
It's gonna be like I think, but yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen like a Fortnite league compared to like the other esports teams.
Yeah, because it's like organized. And is it? Do you think because that like Fortnite, Apex is it because those are battle royale one players? Those the money you get is in tournaments versus like you have Overwatch, you have Dota, you have League, where those are like teams. Like you need,
But you can have teams in Fortnite though.
Shit,
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I wonder what the difference between like, if there was like maybe there is. I'm not too sure. But if there was a Fortnite league versus a like, league or Overwatch league, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I'm just curious about that. But I should have done my research.
No, it's
better
all
on that.
good. Just to riff off like your own kind of like investment into like esports, right? Like
Mhm.
as a fan of esports, all you really need is if you don't play the game, which you don't have to, you can be a fan of the game and just watch on TV.
That's how I am with Super Smash Brothers right
Right.
now. Yeah, that's so fun to watch for me.
Or watch on stream, rather that's not
Twitch.
TV. Yeah, on Twitch. But it's like that's really it. And there's like if you want to play and be a part of the game, you can buy a rig and buy the game, or like
Mhm.
you can play on PS4 and or whatever
Right.
console and still partake in it. And like that access is like so. It's very, I don't want to say liberating, but it's very different when you compare to like your actual financial investment into like fandom. Like there was a UC Berkeley study about it broke down the cost of being a fan in each franchise, American
Oh, really?
franchise.
Okay.
So like
How'd
I'm
that
just
go?
gonna just read like just the investment, right? So like
Sure.
so the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Okay.
If you want to be a fan, and this they define being a fan as like going to a game and like partaking and being there. So it's like
Okay.
so the ticket, parking, a hot dog and a beer for one person to go to a Dallas Cowboys game is like $200.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, okay, if you take in the fact that if you live there, $200, and then if you're a fan of the national brand or like the team,
Right.
it's like, okay, you fly to Dallas, and you already invested what $200 on a Southwest flight, and then if you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, you're already gonna have the gear,
Mhm.
all that stuff set up to be a part of the tribe and be a part of fandom. So it's like that can easily get up to like $1,000, and people will drop that money, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Fans
like,
will do it,
it's
yeah.
like the same people that will go to the Super Bowl because that's their
love-
team.
Right.
And that's why a lot of Patriots fans went to Atlanta for the Super Bowl versus the LA Rams fans that didn't see the investment or whatever in going to the Super Bowl to watch.
Do you think it's because the LA Rams are still relatively a new team? Well,
See, and this is the thing. It's like, what is LA? LA is like this, like weirder, like transplant city.
right.
Because like I feel like more LA is everyone is from everywhere because like the industry is out there, right?
It's California. Yeah.
Yeah, it's California. Maybe it is Southern California, but it's like to me, I've always seen LA as like the Lakers town. And it's like Lakers, Dodgers, and then everything else. Like
Right.
It's like Lakers, Dodgers, maybe Clippers, and then it's like the Angels, and then
Totally
maybe
forgot the Angels.
and then it's like because it's like Anaheim,
Yeah.
and then it goes down to like is it like Rams, Chargers, and then it's like hockey. Like the hierarchy is weird, but for me it's always like Dodge. It's a Lakers town first, and it's like Dodgers second. So it's like there's so much choice. You have so many things versus like if you're in Green Bay, oh yeah, you're gonna fucking be a Green Bay fan. Chicago, yeah, you're gonna be a fucking Bears fan.
Yeah, Chicago has so many good sports teams, even hockey teams.
Yeah, even hockey. And then like going back to this UC Berkeley because I have a fucking study. Is that it broke it down in metropolitan areas too.
Right.
So like when it ranks it to like being a fan in Boston is the most expensive.
Boston.
Yeah, because you have football, you have hockey, baseball, basketball. So it's like if you want to go to at least one game of each, it's like $533 per ticket, right?
Okay, I see where you're trying to go.
I'm trying to
now.
like it's actually the financial investment of being a fan of in the city.
It is really nuts. Yeah. No,
right?
for sure.
It's like you're paying to be part of the tribe, right?
Right.
It's like
it's a weird membership fee.
Yeah, it's a really weird membership fee. Like you don't obviously you don't have to go to a game,
right?
But it's cool to be a part of. Like, oh, cool, like
other people who love it.
Yeah, totally. And like you could be cool watching the game too. It's just like there's actual like a financial investment in being a fan.
Correct.
And that's like okay, like sometimes it is like going back to the Chargers part that we started the episode with. It's like, yo, is my investment broken because of fucking like the Chargers are gone? Like, do I save the money by not going to the Chargers games?
Well, how often do you go to the Chargers?
Like, I haven't gone to a Chargers game since they lost. Oh shit!
See, that's the thing, though.
The last time they had a home playoff game
in San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. I was like, wait. Wait, what? Well, yeah. So, I wonder. I mean, you really didn't lose. Personally, you didn't really lose anything.
I didn't lose anything.
You probably lost like $100 ticket. That's about it.
Yeah. Or like 200 because I'm going to bring Rona or whatever.
Yeah. So that's about it. I mean, compared to like other fans who, it's like part of their budget, but it's like, oh.
Yeah, like if someone like bought season tickets to a Chargers game, yeah, like you're pissed off because you put, let's say you own season tickets for over 20 years.
Right.
You're right. You're like, fuck, man. Like,
and then a good player left.
That's like, if you spend let's for example, just play with numbers. So if it's for a pair of season tickets and at I think the plaza level in San Diego at Qualcomm, it's like $2,000 a season for season tickets. No, I'm saying as a Chargers fan. Right?
Okay.
I'm just saying how like it sucks if you're a long time season ticket holder because you literally put like what? You put $2,000 a year for 20 years. That's what $40,000 over 20 years. Mm-hmm. Like fuck, dude. I put $40,000 into this team,
right? And
you fucking left. Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off too. That's a car. That's a semester of tuition somewhere. Or
really long.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a lot financially.
Okay.
And that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like the return on investment for me, it's not as much because I didn't fucking. I'm sorry. As when the Chargers left. And
how bad did it piss off the people who always sat front row kind of thing?
It's like I'm pissed because I didn't like my team left, like my tribe left,
right?
Versus there wasn't really much financial investment. Yeah, I bought a fucking Eric Weddle jersey right before he fucking left.
Shit,
I have an Antonio Cromartie jersey, authentic. My dad gave me for Christmas.
Oh shit!
Before he fucking left, I was like, "Are you fucking?" The only jersey I have is Phillip Rivers. Like,
he's gonna retire.
That's what I'm saying. Is like that's the only thing that sucks is I have financial like in the terms of like I have tangible things that were Chargers, and it's like fuck, man. Like I can't do any of this shit.
Damn, I didn't think about it.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Crazy.
Is like, yeah, there's actual financial investment, and that's why esports. I was saying is like it's very like the entry to be a part of the tribe is really easy because you can just be like, you just watch them. You can play the game if you want to. You can watch their stream. You can be a part. I mean, that's why like Overwatch has merch, but it's not that's like you don't have to buy fucking merch.
True. Right. But what's crazy about like with esports, it's the platform that people buy into also, not just like team merch. Because like yeah, some you can get a jersey, but then like I know with some leagues is that they'll trade players or one player will like yeah. So that's like another aspect of it too. Like it's how they would lose money on certain like players they really like. And like oh fuck, he's not on this team anymore. He's switched over to this team.
Because like okay, like I'm genuinely curious. So if you are on, for example, let's say league, right?
Okay.
And you have the top player has like in football, the top player has like the largest percent of the salary, or let's say there's a salary cap in league out of the 10 people. I don't know how many people. It's not that right. So it's like okay.
I don't know. Keep going.
So if it's like if that has like a third, is it like pro sports or rather traditional sports? Is that if you suck or you get old, you get cut.
Yes,
and
you get benched,
and you have like there's other people who will take your spot.
Yeah, there are bench players. Yes, for sure.
And then you can. And is it also like
because the coach will decide who's going to play.
Okay, and then like can you be rostered?
Yes. Oh yeah, no, like so there are a bunch of esports teams who recruit people like right away. Yeah, and people will have to play for. People will have
for
to
your freedom.
First of all, play for your freedom. But yeah, people will play for a spot. Definitely.
Okay.
And I think there's like I'm not sure how each team works, but maybe I'm assuming there's like internal tournaments or some like I know coaches are more involved in like esports leagues, so they'll probably like point out like certain people like, hey, like if you watch the CBS special on like esports, it was interesting. Like the guy was telling like, hey, like you guys are doing this when this is happening. Stop that. Try this approach instead.
Yeah.
So maybe that coach is like kind of like who has a better like global view of it. Would be like, okay, these people like they know how to work well together. They know what they're doing in this kind of scenario. So let's put these people out because they know how to like counter the other people or something like that.
Yeah, like there's I guess amateur players that have like if they can rank up, I guess not rank up, but skill up. To be noticed and that they can be rostered and be a part of like whatever team.
So one of the most interesting features is I'm forgetting the name, but there's a kid on the Overwatch League who got recruited by another team when he was straight out of high school, 18 years old. I mean, they gave him freaking an apartment. Yeah, like it's crazy. So, anyways, that dude, he wasn't like guaranteed a spot, but he like trained like 12, 16 hours a day until he made main roster. Oh, okay. So yeah, so they will train for it, and they have to train for that, definitely.
Because like there was also, did you see the Daily Show segment on esports as well?
No,
the Daily Show did one too about the Overwatch League, and they, it comes from like my angle of trying to understand like financially, like this is I guess the craze of esports. And the reporter that was on the assignment, he was like, no, it was the white guy.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and he was just kind of like interviewing. He's like, "You fucking make like $2 million playing video games?"
Yeah.
He's like,
okay, I can remember that.
Oh, shit! And then he like buys into like esports and like
he like super gets it.
I was like, oh, yeah, that's about right. Like because you're on the outside and you view sports as like one way, and then it's like esports is like it broadens your kind of idea what sports is,
right?
And competition and all that.
And I think it's so hard for people to really adjust to that eventually, because I guess you could say the same thing with that. That was kind of like chess. Like chess is still considered a sport.
Yeah, it's like that,
but
it's like not.
But it's not like I would consider chess a sport.
Yeah,
it's definitely a sport because you train for it. Okay, You develop tactics for it. You develop
No,
mindsets.
but it's like when you think of what a sport is, when you describe like exactly what you just said about
it's A
chess.
versus B.
Yeah, and it's like the granular level at the granular level, it is about A versus B. It's about tactics. It's the same approach that like a pro player, like say Tom Brady. Tom Brady would know like he can see defense and fucking like
Tony Romo can see that too. That's why Tony Romo was such a great newscast episode.
yeah, that's the same thing. Like it's when you think of it like that, I think that's how you have to fucking talk about what esports is like a real sport. But it's not just fucking dudes watching other dudes play video games.
Oh yeah, it
not.
has its own line.
It's not.
For sure. I agree.
Yeah, and obviously there is money in Twitch streaming just the same way that there's money in Instagram and fucking all the other social media. So I mean, it's viable. Yeah, it's viable. Okay, and then I guess this kind of turns to the last question, or my last kind of like burning kind of topic of the subtopic of the sports episode is that like if we have this sponsorship economy of well, you can watch my my Twitch as I watch esports, and you can check out my Amazon affiliate links on my webpage. Also, this podcast is brought to you by Anchor.
Oh yeah. If you wanna insert script here, but they will push it to. It's super easy to use, man. Super friendly.
We're just trying to get a bag, homie.
Yeah, we're trying to get Mobile 6 tickets or Hotel 6 tickets or something. Tickets. Rooms. My bad.
Also sponsored by Audible. Get your 14-day free trial here. Check out our link in the notes.
Man, you're gonna suck so bad at sponsorships if we were to get them.
This sponsored segment comes from
Bear mattresses. Sleep like a bear all day, every day. Never slept on one.
Additional sponsorship by Supreme.
Supreme, man.
I had to get it in there.
I know. I was wondering when you were gonna drop it.
He's like, where's it gonna be?
Yeah,
like Supreme reference.
I'm waiting for you to say like
Supreme bots.
Dude.
Sorry, I derailed everything.
I know. We went from sponsorships to shitty on Supreme, like so quick. You're like, all right, we got 5 minutes. Let me just bust one out real quick.
Okay.
Boom, boom, Supreme.
I was sorry. My main point I was trying to get to is that the viability of everything. I guess the viability of esports.
Being a fan.
Being a fan of sports, right? If you're so invested, it's like in the financial aspect. It's like how long? What's the I guess number
payoff?
Yeah, what's the number of payoff for like? Oh, I can't do this anymore. Like, deuces. I'm just gonna watch esports.
Well, okay, so for me, if you really enjoy the sport so much, the team's not going to matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are going to bounce. If you really, really love the game, the teams, for a while, you're going to be really attached to the team, but sometimes, like, hey, whatever, like, because esports is still in their still new, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, if it gets to the point where you lose all sentimental value with certain players,
yeah,
you might not like the team anymore. But what's so crazy, the difference with esports is that there's no city attached to the team.
Well, obviously, except for with the Overwatch League, because there is a city attached.
Yeah, okay, you're right. There's an LA.
But I mean, like League of Legends is different. Like, there's just
because
like,
it's global.
What is becomes Cloud? Is the
Cloud9?
Cloud9 is like the one, right? Like
it's one of
the major
them.
one. Because like they
play
everything.
Yeah, they're
everything.
They're multi-game platform.
Got it.
So yeah, I think when it comes to like sports, after you lose your sentimental value, that's when it's kind of like fuck it.
Yeah, that's like if there's no financial value, right? When you start, you're saying sentimental.
Yeah, it's sentimental because your sentimental value is going to drive up your finance on that part, right?
Yeah, and that's I guess because buying is like an emotional transaction as well.
Right, it's like I'm a part of it now. Yeah. sick. I have a Heinz Ward jersey, and he retired with the Steelers at least, so this is never gonna age.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, get the sentiment. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? If you lose the sentimental value, it will change your financial investment.
You lose that why in that team. That's why.
No, but it's it's weird for me because it's fuck the Chargers, but I have no problem drafting Melvin Gordon in my fucking fantasy football league.
Okay, but it's different though.
Yeah, but it is tied to my financial value. It's emotionally, but it's
not Melvin Gordon. Not at that point, unless you really like Melvin Gordon.
He's a really good producer. He top 5 running back. Come on.
Okay. But would you if Rivers and Gates left?
Yeah.
Would you still be a Melvin Gordon fan? The Chargers?
No, because I would be primarily more like I am now. And
he's more of an asset to your.
Yeah, he's more like an asset to my fantasy football league.
Okay, that's different then. That's
not but
fan. That's you wanting to win.
Yeah, it's emotional value is well, I put $10, $20 into this league where I'm just trying to be Drew, Deep cut.
Okay, what's up, Drew?
Drew's not going to listen, but he will listen after this read from Anchor.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just trying to get this bag, JB.
Bag? We're going to get single bills first.
Hustling.
Show. All right, let's wrap it up.
Oh, shit. We went all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't think we would.
No, yeah. I mean, I think the main question is that, or the main kind of takeaway is that if you're a fan, you are wanting to be, or you wish to be, or you are a part of a tribe.
Right.
You are part of a very niche set of people who follow a team, follow a fandom, esports league, all that. It's that.
All the same thing.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
If you played sports in high school, you're gonna if you played football in high school, you could be a big football fan. You are a part of those sports because you are a fan of them.
Yeah,
you want to be a part of it. Yeah, for sure, and that's how it is with esports. That's how it is with regular sports, and you're gonna be attached, and it just helps when there's someone local, someone tangible. For example, I'm gonna say okay, if they're part of your school, you're gonna be or your college, you're going to be a fan of that college.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're part of the city, you're going to be a fan of that city's sports team.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when it goes even farther, we're going to do a California team. And then,
yeah, you can do that.
Then that's, U.S. versus a different thing. Yeah. So you're definitely going to have, so many different tribes on a micro level and a macro level, right?
Yeah.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah, you just want to be a part of. Want to be a
People
part of something.
People just want to be a part of something bigger.
That's the reason why you will give a high five to a stranger. You'll talk shit to somebody in an opposing jersey,
and she's gonna throw the cross at you right after it. Erwin, how do you know my name?
I listen to your podcast on Spotify.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey Google, play the Difficult to Please podcast on Spotify.
Man.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
I looked for the Difficult to Police podcast on Spotify, but it either isn't available.
Oh.
We did. Hey Google, play the Difficult to Please podcast.
Sure, here's where you stopped in Difficult to Please. Podcast Season 2, Episode 5, F King Bots, AI and Robotics.
Isn't it so meta that she said F King Bots and Robotics? Alright, it's been episode 6, season 2.
Season 2, yes.
See ya.
Yep. Peace.
Bye.